Monday, everybody. So something came up today that had me thinking, and this has been something that's been on my mind for a while. So I thought, let's chat about it. So a lot of the times, okay, I don't know how to say it. I should have maybe thought about it before we decided to chat about it. Anxiety. When you struggle with anxiety, you know how cruddy it is, right? I mean, you have all the feels, all the thoughts, all the everything, all the fears, all the worries, all the stuff. It pops up. I think one of the parts of anxiety that's been the hardest for me personally has been the reactions of other people and the acceptance I feel in myself. So the last video I made was about the idea of needing to forgive yourself, give yourself a little bit of mercy and grace. And so it kind of goes along with that, like accepting that this is something that you struggle with or you manhandle, you conquer every day, but it is a part of your life. It's something that does affect your life. And having to accept that for yourself, but then also the reactions of other people, like that can be a really hard part of anxiety. So when you're going through your big battle and you're trying to figure out, do I take meds? Do I not take meds? Do I need therapy? Does yoga help? Does exercise help? Should I do a cold bath? Should I get in a hot tub? Should I have a weighted blanket? There's all these options out there to help you. And you have to navigate and figure out what works best for you. And it takes a long time because things change and new things come up. And so you navigate through all of your stuff. And that's quite the journey. It's quite the journey that a person takes. And when you have that moment that you begin to feel relief, it's like this breath of I'm going to be okay. This is okay. I remember for me, there was one moment, we were sitting in the parking lot of the Logan Temple, LDS Temple, and it was during the mental health crisis and during the pandemic and all this stuff. So my kids and I had just been going by the temple every day. That was our goal, just get up out of the house and go on a drive and go see the temple. That was the hardest thing we had to do for the day. And sometimes it was really hard to do that. But I remember one day sitting there at the temple and just having the thought that fear is fake, that it's all made up. All of these thoughts I was having were literally made up in my head. All this was fake, and that's all that anxiety is. It's the greatest con artist in our brains, right? Okay, so I'm going besides the point. But that was my breath of fresh air when I first realized I'm going to be okay. This is going to be okay. I just have to get through this really hard stuff. The thing I didn't anticipate, though, was how people would handle it. And that there would be some times that I would have to say, I'm sorry I can't make it, or I'm sorry I can't do this today. I kind of put myself on guilt trips a lot. I'm sure that that's a common thing, that you start to feel guilty for it, because you should be able to go to lunch. You should be able to go to the party. You should be able to meet with a friend. You should be able to get up and clean your house, for heaven's sake. But sometimes it just feels too hard. And sometimes there are moments when you're yes, I can do it. I'm feeling anxious today, but I'm going to go do this and it's going to be great. And you conquer. And then there's other days, which is what happened to me today. There was a thing that I really wanted to do, really wanted to be a part of. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards for me today. My mind didn't want to be there, which made my body not want to be there. And it's been hard. So then when you get to a place where you're accepting that yourself, and you're accepting that it's okay to just say no, it's okay to just sit and chill and be at home. What is it that you need? It's okay to tap into your needs. We're about to go on a car ride right now because I just need to get out of my house for a minute. It's okay to embrace those needs. But then there's this whole other layer that we don't really talk much about how then our people are going to perceive that. Some people are not very compassionate. Some people are too compassionate, and they treat you like you've got some prolonged illness and disease, And that's not the case either. And other people just don't want to listen. They don't want to care. Just pick yourself up by your bootstraps and get to work. It's very difficult and it's very hard. And I have found for me, like sometimes it causes me to be a little more dishonest, which I hate. I'm a very honest person. So when I can't say to you, this is happening, this is how I feel right now, I don't feel like that's like a safe, trusted statement to make to you. Like, where does the problem really lie? In the fact that I'm handling anxiety a little more than I'd like to in this moment, or the fact that you're not being compassionate towards that? And I think that that's like one of the great blessings of anxiety, is that when you get to this level of it where you're like, I know I'm going to survive, I know I'm going to live, I know I've got all these tools in my toolbox, I know things will be fine, it just feels very uncomfortable right now. And why the heck is my brain playing like some Ocean's 11 con artist kind of crap on me? When you start to get to that point, you start to realize that you don't have to look very far and there's someone else with a problem. And it may not be the same as yours. It may be the same as yours. But I think one of the greatest blessings and gifts of having anxiety, or having any kind of battle, to be honest, anything, is that moment when you can begin to feel empathy and compassion for other people. And you can turn it around and be that safe space. And someone can say to you, I'm sorry, I can't make it to lunch today. I'm really not feeling awesome. And you can say, that's okay. What can I do for you? And maybe that person does need to come to lunch and they need to talk, and they know that they can talk to you because you approached it with kindness and compassion and love and empathy and charity and all of the ways that Jesus would, with arms wide open, saying, hey, I see yours. I have my own. How can I be of a benefit and service to you today? So, no one knocked me down today. I knocked myself down. I said no to the thing that I really wanted to do, and then I just belittled and demeaned myself, that once again I let anxiety win. The fact of the matter is, I've been trying somatic yoga. Has anyone else tried this? And I am finding there are days when I am a mess. I am a complete mess. And so I'm embracing it, and today is one of my mess days. So I'm going to go on a car ride. I'm going to go get out of Dodge for a minute, take a breather, have some treats, call it good. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I just wanted to share them with you.